Hey everybody, Glenn Hausman here with the one and only Steve Kirby. I want to thank our sponsors at unifocus.com. Technology that delivers value. Check them out, unifocus.com. Now, interestingly enough, my sponsors at Unifocus are working on like workforce management solutions, right? And one of the things that I find interesting is there's not enough people to work in our hotels, but there are people out there that will work in hotels. Steve, tell me a little about what angle I'm coming from.
Well, there was an article out a week
Yep.
or two ago that said 82% of the hotels still they have
That's right.
available positions.
That was a survey from the AHLA, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yes.
And I've been working together with a number of industry veterans and with an idea of getting adults with special needs hired in the hospitality
Right.
business. And it's starting to come to fruition right now.
And that's what's really important is we're losing people in our industry, but there's a vast workforce that's available out there. And we were just talking before we started. You have a son that has special needs. I have a brother-in-law in the same kind of situation, and at their individual jobs, they're finding success. Unfortunately, they're not in the hospitality industry. What if they were working in hotels?
The hotel jobs available typically lend themselves to, they're repetitive and you can check a box and you can move on.
Right.
And I've had some experience with my son and some other organizations, and they're the most dedicated. Every person is different, but they want work and they want to come to work and they get fulfilled.
Right. And not only that, but I think it's the right thing, the right message to send to your guests and your community that's out there, right?
Absolutely. We feel like the more people are exposed to the special needs community, the more they'll understand it, and most people will appreciate it. But our little group has been focused not on the altruistic side of it, but actually filling positions in hotels to make people money.
Yeah, that's right. So if people want to go down this path, they're probably saying, I'd love to, but I don't know how. Give us some advice.
Okay. Our little group, once again, has semi-affiliated with a new company called In Good Company. My friends Sarah and Amanda, and they're training the employer on how to hire, how to mentor, and to keep these employees. And typically they're steady workers. There's not heavy turnover.
Yeah, I love that. So make sure you check them out. How do you find that company, and how do we get in touch with you?
You can reach me at Mumford Company.
Yep.
Just Steve Kirby at Mumford Company at mumfordcompany.com. And then my friends Sarah and Amanda are in Good Company with us, and they have a website. They're recently launched, and they're ready to help you.
Excellent. So let's just switch tacks real quick, because I'd hate to have you here and not talk about what's going in hospitality real estate. What is going on in the market? What are you in the brokerage universe thinking?
We actually had a pretty robust first half. Not what we had hoped for, but still better than we had expected coming into the new interest rates. The real problem right now lies in the valuation, because there are so few transactions out there. It's hard to figure out what the impact of the rates has been thus far.
Why is it an issue that interest rates have climbed when you look historically from the Great Recession prior, when rates were even higher back then?
That's an interesting question, Glenn.
I feel like it's a whole generation has been trained on below normal rates.
And you're correct. And when I was at Days Inn in the 80s, anything that was in single digits was considered a good interest rate. And then, people were borrowing on hotels cheaper than I could borrow on my house.
Yeah.
And so I think it's an education process. There's still money to be made. It's just a different underwriting and mental process.
Right. My advice to you is invest in hotels instead of what I'm doing. I'm investing in my kids' college education, and those interest rates much worse than anything you guys out there are paying.
Hotel real estate, in spite of its troubles through COVID, is so robust. It's amazing the number of people here in Las Vegas. In the Atlanta airport, I haven't seen it that busy since a Thanksgiving weekend, and that was just a normal summer weekend.
I was flying out on Monday night from JFK, packed to the gills, 20-minute line to get into the Sky Club.
I was just trying to get through security, even with Clear.
Atlanta's insane. with that. I know we're going a little long, but I was going to go through clear, and they're like, no, don't go. Just go through regular pre-check. It's half the time.
That's what my wife said. Why are we in this line when we should be over there?
Well, that's Atlanta for you. Remember, do the right thing. Engage members of your community in ways that you never thought of before. That's Steve Kirby. I'm Glenn Hausman. Thanks to our sponsors at unifocus.com. See you next time.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you.